Was good. Stanley Parable. I don't know what this game's about, but it seemed interesting. Have you played Stanley Parable before? I have not. Enter my current time. What is this? Chinese spyware? Interesting. Accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Huh. Alright, well, welcome to Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe! The end is never the end. Is never... Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month.
I am 427!
Although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
No!
It showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
Holy shit!
Very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Goodness
But as he
gracious.
came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Is that... Oh, okay. Yeah, I step outside my office. I do what I want. Look at all these other boring...
Co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Meeting
No matter
room.
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Where are they at? Number one dad. Somebody's a piece of shit father. Actually, somebody gave up a piece of shit mug. I missed the memo! Yo, I need the memo. I hate Monday. Bro, I hate Mondays too, man. What's good, Harrison? I missed the memo.
He came to a set of two open doors. He entered the door on his left.
You know, the left option is really enticing, but I kind of like the right option.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yes, I
Perhaps
did.
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I mean, maybe my coworker's in the employee lounge. You don't know. Do any of these doors open? No. Employee lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Drinking it all in with the mugs I can't pick up. Can I? Coffee mug. I want to pick up coffee mugs.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
Well, it may be.
So utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
It is. You know, fine. Bringing the mood down, Mr. Sad Sack.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Open door on my left. Nope. What's in here?
Stanley was so bad at following directions that it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
I do shit my way. What is this? Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Why can't you see your own feet in this game? It's a great question. I just love sucking on my own toes, man.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
No.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I know.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
I'm a special snowflake.
Neglecting Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who is her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who? Do I have a woman that I can abuse? Pretty gnarly. A room of darkness. I love it. Jesus.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Oh, God. Flashbang from hell. It's good? Okay. 427. Where am I?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
And she cooks.
Right. Okay, there we go. Right, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha.
Fuck you!
Come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Yes!
They want to commit their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Dick?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Please press T on your keyboard. No. No. You mess with me. How dare you? I'm gonna grab your non-existent ball sack and stretch them as far as I can so that way I can loop it around your own head. Asshole. Fine, I'll press
Stanley
T.
is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
V.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told.
Yo, I'm not a good boy. Trust me, guys.
Button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Bro. No, I'm not gonna press V. I'm not a good boy. I. O. D. Q. T. C. B. See, I'm rage baiting. I'm pressing every single button around the V button because I'm not pressing that V button. Fuck you.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
Yes.
Fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful.
Wonderful.
And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Whatever.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Yes,
The
they have.
thought excited him terribly.
Where are his ears? I don't know. I have to spend time with the boys. Hey.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Prepare dinner.
Wandered through this fantasy world.
Ew.
He began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Reference! Tell your kids a story. Okay.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end. that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Tell your wife you love her. Well, according to you, I don't have a wife.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Press Q to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. So what should we do while we're waiting? While we're not pushing the button? I used to play Battlefront. That game used to be awesome. Is he going to say anything, or am I literally just going to have to press a button?
You see?
Ow.
Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press B to question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried...
You tried. And I died. And I was like, man, I just got my shit fried. And it's just like the look in my eyes, I just don't even know how I could ever be that surprised. But yes, I'm back in room 427, Stanley Parable, button pushing, mug reading piece of shit. I missed a memo, everybody.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Seems like I missed a memo. Who's Stan? Me. I'm Stan. Stanley. Number 427. The man who pushes buttons and forgets memos. Like a dipshit. Okay, we'll go down the path on the... we go the same exact route. Imagine.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
I went right last time. Should I go right again just to piss this guy off? I could either do that to piss him off, or it may just lead me down the exact same route that I just did, which took me like another 10 minutes. So we're going to go left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworker. Oh, okay, fuck you. Broom closet. I can actually open the door!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay, well, first of all, mister, you're kind of wrong about that.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
There's
no reason to still be here.
There's a mop bucket, there's a broom, duct tape, something, wrench, duct.
Baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Be grateful for your name. You could be called Stan.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Why not?
Offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
But like, I'm standing here because I like broom closets, man. It's where I get my knowledge from.
You realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. but it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Well, that sucks. I like broom closets. It fills me with comfort.
Maybe to you, this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Did you get the broom closet ending?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
My man. My man, my man, my man. He just keeps talking.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
I'm dead. I can't do that.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area.
I love this.
Instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
I won't. I'm gonna sweep. This place is dusty as hell. Is that all you have to say? Okay.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nope. I actually walked downstairs.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Yeah.
The doors close automatically behind him wherever he went. And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
They are.
Repeating. No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
I like pushing buttons.
He imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What the fuck?
He imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
He's insane.
How the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
This is
was
weird.
Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
And then I wake up. Nope. That didn't work.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
I like this. This is cool. This is cool.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Who?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself. He collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she received time to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Bitch. Back in 427, baby. Where else would I rather be? This is cool. I like the concept of this.
All of his
co-workers are gone. What could it mean?
Stanley
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he missed
a memo.
Missed a fucking memo! I missed it! Shit!
When he came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Boss man. Executive bathroom. Because the boss knows that... Wait, what? Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Somebody write this down. Put this in a song. Because the boss knows what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Bars! Fuck! I'm hard now. Jesus. What a lyric. What an absolute lyric. Keyboard. Mug? Any mug? Mug shot? Ooh. What's in here? Okay. Interesting. Elevator. Wait, what do I do? Do I go to the... no. Elevator. Let's see. Up! We're going up, and down we're going. Did I just hear you say Stanley? I can hear him. God damn, how long is this elevator ride? Sing it with me now! Bring it back now! That was it? Okay, whatever.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
How could I have known? It's the boss's extra secret code. There's literally no possible way I'd ever know what the code is being 2845.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
It's a brain buster. Let me say that. Got some cognac?
2845.
Whatever could those numbers mean? There has to be a secret hidden doorway. There's gotta be something. I believe there should be something.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Okay. Down!
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Really? Whatever could it
Stanley
mean?
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. Who are you, Buster? What's your mojo? Button. Light.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Where even are we? I have no clue.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Did I have the strength? Does 427 have strength? Of course he does.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of
my number!
in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Maybe.
No. He refused to believe it.
Yeah!
He couldn't accept it.
His couldn't.
Life in someone else's control? Never.
Never.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Nope.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
No. I stood on my own too.
Was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Facility power. Ooh, is that where we came in? No. 5. Mind controls, idle, awaiting input. System power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Awesome. Did I just die? Stanley? Say something to me, man.
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won.
Yay.
He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
What other?
As sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Yes!
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
So beautiful. So is the people living in the house just not wondering why literally a whole tear in space and time just happened right outside their front door? But like, okay, we're gonna move on.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Yes, I've won.
Stanley was happy.
Victory! But I still missed my memo. Unfortunately. Beat the game. That was it? don't think that was it.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. I don't think this game can truly end
into a set of 2 open doors.
Until I find out what this goddamn memo is.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Oh no, I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
This is the goon closet, man. Give me a solid 5. Come on. Is she really gonna say nothing? Oh no. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
It's
what
troubling.
Could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk.
It was.
What could its purpose be?
Who could possibly know?
The terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
God, if only
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
If only I knew the last number, dude. Seriously, like, this would be so much easier.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumb, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I really do wonder if that was the end of the game or not. Because, like, what about my coworkers?
Through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Well, that's really unfortunate. To be quite frank.
Behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
But I will not. I'm going to see this through to the very end. Even until my inevitable death.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Because Stanley is not a pussy. He's not afraid of anything, quite frankly. I fear nothing.
The machine whirred into motion, and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise. He reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Please don't. Oh, cool.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I'm free! Woo!
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Nothing.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. The corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches 2 doors in a good time. So this is where we start out. We go this way. Right. Facts. The 2 doors. The 2 doors. Right. Button sounds. A selection of sounds throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound has a mixed keyboard stroke and synthesized tone. Hot. Office computer. Ooh! Solitaire. No, wait, no, I'm stupid. What fucking game? I don't know. Interesting. Very, very interesting, princess. What is over here? A little Discord kitten. Clock. Boss's office. Down the hallway. Room. The lounge. Chairs.
Let's see.
God!
Stanley, where were all of his co-workers? Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for
Kevin Brightening, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game, roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game!
bad game design? But of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. The green door. Stanley pushed the big red button. And he pushed the number 6. Stanley pushed the big button. Stanley pushed the big red button.
Stanley pushed the big red button. The big bad wolf pushed the big bad... What's the speed run on this game? I don't know. It's a good question. This is the very first incarnation of freedom ending. This game's... Okay, for sure. 4-8. What? Okay. Monitor room. Right. Stanley.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Stanley Parable. Stanley is turned off. Oh.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
It's not over. This definitely ain't over. Because I still haven't found my coworkers. Phone call! Sir? Sir? Phone call.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
You too. What a nice recorded message. I mean, quite frankly, not a better recorded message I could have ever asked for.
Single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How dare you, narrator! I like my goon closet! Whatever.
Being soul anywhere. Could he Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
No, I did not.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway. Was it even possible?
It was very possible.
Spent his entire life utterly blind to the world.
You can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it. I love that achievement.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
Big red button. Where was it?
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Or maybe big red button!
All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Big red button, but like big red button, no button do. Do button, no red. So is this really the end of the fucking game? I'm confused. System power on. Mind control. Let's go, baby.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yes, I did.
Enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yes.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification,
bullshit
detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a
son
shame
of a
there's so little
bitch.
time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me.
1, 2.
What all this means, I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
How dare you?
Though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come to, the next go around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what?
They all say 2!
I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on...
Oh my god, I'm confused.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
No.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean,
maybe.
Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this...
shit.
One solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Is there a way to actually turn this thing off?
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. but I'm going to destroy it first, so you...
I'm lost.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will
make it
every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever up.
Okay, it didn't matter in the end. I thought I was about to make the clutch of the century. I genuinely thought I was about to make the clutch of the century. Yeah, so all of his coworkers were gone. What could it mean?
Stanley
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he has simply missed a memo. This game is far from over, it seems. But it seems like that's going to be it for the episode, unfortunately. So, hope y'all enjoyed. Next time, we're going to see what this new content is about. But not right now. Because it's just like, it's getting too long. Like my schlong. It's just like, I visited Vietnam and I was like, damn. Yeah. Facts. So, love y'all. See y'all in another one. Adios, goodbye. I love you. And if you don't like, share, subscribe. I'm going to hit you in the head with a baseball bat. And... banana peel.